It's Wednesday, May 26th. This is Street Live. I'm Katherine Ross, and I'm, of course, joined by Jim Cramer. Jim, what are you watching in the markets this morning?
Well, first, I'm furiously trying to get the right bid for Mark Haynes' NFT for the bottom. Trying to arrange it. Got a little competition there. I went in with John Ledger, see if I could beat him. John Ledger, of course, late of T-Mobile. I think he's going to be able to outbid me. There's just seconds to go, and it's looking like $100,000. I'm very excited about that. We have to translate that to Ethereum. I am also looking at, thank you, my writing partner, Matt Horween, a bottom, a continuing T forming a bottom Tesla. And I think the Tesla should be bought. Why? Because this is the day, and tomorrow are the days that you must buy Tesla, because 11 out of 11 times Tesla has been absolutely 11 out of 11 times Tesla's been up after Memorial Day. So I think you just got to be in there. You got to be in there right now.
All right, so let's talk about, you mentioned Tesla, and I'm going to use this as an opening to talk about some meme stocks, Jim. I mean, so far looking into this day, it's looking to be a big day for GME and AMC. So GME is well above the 200 level. It's currently at 237, which we haven't seen since mid-March. AMC is also soaring. So what are your thoughts on these meme stocks as they make
look, some people would say they're being manipulated upside. Because of what we know about about meme stocks, you can't say that, because the government has had ample opportunity to say you can't do it. And it's this is one of the things that it's de facto, that if you're allowed to do it, they can take it up. What I don't understand are the complete morons and idiots who refuse to get it out there and say, you know what, I'm walking away selling. If you owned GME, and the stock right now is at 236, by the way, I would say you should not be offering stock till at least 250. Pull your offerings, everybody. Let them take it up. That's what's going on. Be a part of it. Be a man. Step aside. What do you think?
All right, Jim.
What do you think?
I think that you have some sound advice here. I really do. I am worried by looking at Twitter right now and just looking at, what everyone's been sending to me about GME and AMC. I'm a little worried about these options and the puts that I'm seeing. So I urge caution.
Are they selling puts?
Selling puts.
Well, I never really advise selling puts, but that's very hard to hedge against. So you can understand that, once again, the market makers are scared. There's probably some market makers who are scared about, say, an out of the money 300 call. I expect like maybe the Nigerians to say that they see, unusual option activity, really get the thing going. But it is absolutely imperative that if you are offering stock, you're an idiot, a first-class idiot, a monster, a chucklehead, a fool. I'm going to call you sunshine. I'm going to chief you. That's how stupid you are. They want it higher. Let them take it higher.
Well, let's give them a little.
Jackie Wilson, higher and higher. A man who apparently had an aneurysm while singing at the Latin casino.
I want to give these investors credit, though, because we have seen, it's been remarkable to see GameStop stay around this 170, 180 level for the past month and a half or so. So to see it kind of shoot up, it's these guys really believe in the stock. And, they've gotten a lot of heat for it.
So AMC was offering, 47 million shares. That's Adam Aron. And he needed it to be able to pay, obviously a heavily indebted situation there, with very little revenue coming in. And he needed the stock sold. And the meme people bought the stock. So once they realized that you could buy the stock and move the stock, keep it steady, some new movies coming out, it's an obvious slate. Once they realized they were in control and the overhang was gone, because at one point Adam Aron was saying he might need to sell 500 million. That was outside. He did an overpromise on deliver. I mean, he starts out with 500,000, he cuts it to 500 million, he cuts it to 47 million. Boom. Now the people, meme people, or Wall Street bettors, who see that they were able to take AMC past what's being offered, realize, circle back, that the Svengali, Ryan Cohen, who managed to be able to raise, what, $500 million by offering stock? That stock was blown right through, too. So why not take this stock to where it has to go?
Jim, we could talk about GME and AMC all day.
Tell me who's stopping them, Katherine. Who's stopping them?
Honestly, no one is, and that's why we've seen these moves. You know, there's no one that can. The remarkable thing about these younger investors is that they have this mentality that they truly believe in this stock. And I'm not weighing in on whether that's right or wrong. I want to be very clear here. But when they put their minds to a move, they can make this stock jump like nothing I've ever seen before, Jim.
No one's ever seen anything like this because it's a concerted burst of buying by a group that is not considered to be, in terms of a proxy, needing to file. Typically, as soon as you have a couple of buyers getting together, the government has often deemed you to be a buying group. And so, therefore, you have to disclose what you're doing. But the government is so far behind. They've not looked at this. They've not deemed it a buying group. They're fanciful. They're not laughable. They got a ton on their plate. But it is a buying group that's taking up GME of incredible proportions. And you have a group of sellers who clearly are taking a intellectual vacation, because if you're going to it is so palpably obvious that they want to take it to 300 and that they have the firepower to take it to 300. Who the heck is going to get in the way of that other than someone who doesn't understand and thinks it's the old GME, the spinoff of GM that was Ross Perot? There.
And that goes for AMC too. But Jim, we could talk about this all day. But we wouldn't be able to get to a slew of other stocks that I think are also worth.
It's what people want. I like to pander. I'm an old-fashioned panderer. Always have been. But when I covered homicide.
So, Jim, let's talk about Uber. Because Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi said yesterday that he's just as disappointed in ETAs and surge pricing as we, the consumers, are. I mean, we've talked about this as being a reopening stock, and now we're seeing the supply-demand issue that we're also seeing with restaurants. What do you think of the stock as we were looking at a reopening?
I had a subpar Uber ride today. I felt unsafe the whole way. Probably not pertinent to your question, but certainly worth bringing up. Look, I think Uber is caught because I think that the DoorDash is really coming after them when it comes to Uber Eats. Tony Xu is remarkable. He's everywhere. Here's a Bar San Miguel. We've been starting to use DoorDash again. So you don't have, you got Lyft coming on. You don't have Uber Eats moving as fast. DoorDash has liquor, so maybe the Drizzly acquisition wasn't that much. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't want to own that stock.
Jim, I was on Instagram last night, and I think I saw Bar San Miguel saying that you can get a drink or a shot on you. Was that correct?
Yeah, I'm offering some shots. Got to get that. I'll be there tonight. Oh, yeah, be there. Be at Bar San Miguel on Smith Street in Carroll Gardens, checking it out with my manager, Petru. Obviously, I got to finish Mad Money. But then I might go over there maybe I knock back a couple of mezcals.
I saw that and I had to laugh because I was like, damn, only I was there. All right, Jim, let's talk about retailers. Now, we got earnings from Nordstrom and Urban Outfitters. Nordstrom's 2021 outlook did disappoint, which is why we're seeing the stock get a little bit of pressure. Yet Urban beat on earnings and was seeing some positive momentum. So is this just a tale of two different retailers?
Well, I mean, look, Urban did a great job with fashion. Nordstrom is fashion. Maybe like they didn't get the stimulus checks. Dick's, what a remarkable quarter. I mean, they blew it away. They had the merchandise people wanted, up 14, rather incredible. People say that Abercrombie's dead. Well, you know what? A lot of people would like to be up 5 being dead. So Abercrombie was good. The only one that did miss was Nordstrom, and now we got to dig deeper because the Nordstrom conference call, they acted as if it was terrific. So retail's on fire.
Jim, according to Instagram and all these influencers that I pay attention to in that space too, Abercrombie is not dead. In fact, a lot of people really like that fashion now. And I think that actually feeds into another part of this discussion that I want to bring up, because Abercrombie and Nordstrom are the classic mall stores. But Urban Outfitters isn't necessarily. I mean, it's interesting to see a stock like Nordstrom take a hit after earnings, while Urban, which is better for the younger generation, not.
Urban Free People is freestanding in a lot of places. Anthropology is freestanding. But Urban, the actual Urban flagship, had the right fashion. When you have the right fashion, they have the right numbers. Urban is very radically inconsistent. But once they get it going, it's kind of like a Rolling Stone. And I would still own Urban here. I've been behind the lag trade that Matthew Boss set up for a long time, which is limited and then American Eagle Outfitters and Gap reports tomorrow. And I think that even though, for instance, a lot of people thought Dick's was going to be good, it was great. Maybe Gap can do the same thing. I like Gap stores.
And now I want to move on to oil because Exxon is facing pressure from engine number one, an activist investor who is looking to oust 4 directors, which, if successful, could change Exxon's strategy. I mean, I know that Exxon is one of your top oil picks, Jim, but let's talk about this sector and what this means for oil.
Well, I think that, first of all, this board is very pro-ESG to begin with. So Darren Wood's been coming on shows, coming on morning show, making a lot of changes that are pro-ESG. Amazing that they aren't enough to fend off this engine one. The fact that they have BlackRock is very good. Darren should have come in on Mad Money. He made a big mistake because he needed retail to vote with him. We could have brought in millions of people. I'm surprised he didn't go on the show.
Now, we spoke about ROBLOX yesterday, but I'm going to bring it back up because I liked your segment, your off the chart segment on Mad Money last night, which did focus on Take-Two, Activision Blizzard, and ROBLOX, and it was with Bob Lang, who is also a Real Money contributor, and you can read his stuff over on realmoney.com. Jim, what do you think about these stocks after looking at their charts?
ROBLOX blown right through 100. I mean, this is the way. This is just, it's an iconic company after a very short period of time. It's the safe place for kids to learn and have fun. And I don't know whether anyone else is even near that. It's a buy. It's a buy until I tell you otherwise. Okay.
And what about Ford? They gave us good so far, according to you on CNBC. They've only given us the good news. I want to save this conversation for Action Alerts Plus.
Wait a second, Catherine. Okay, so here's what he's saying. What Jim Farley's saying. We have a chip on our shoulder right now. We're not here to take part in the electric and digital revolution. We are here to win. That means out-competing our usual backyard rivals and Tesla and the rest of new players. On Musk, he says, let's see who will sell more full-size BEV pickups in 2022. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge that I want to see happen. I like this idea that Tesla has a competitor now, because I really think it's good for Tesla. I mean, people are going to come at me for that, but I think that it's good for Tesla, it's good for Ford, and it's good for the consumer to have these companies push each other farther and faster.
I couldn't agree more.
So I do have to ask, Ford, is it a buy today?
I was hoping it would come in. It hasn't come in. Let's wait till the end of the day.
All right, and with that, we're going to save the rest of our Ford discussion because I want to hit on some more about what Ford has been saying about their EVs for our Action Alerts Plus members on actionalertsplus.com. Come join us over there. We're also going to be discussing the Amazon deal, so you're not going to want to miss it. I'm Katherine Ross, and thank you for joining us today.